Hey guys, today I'm going to walk you through my first furniture flip for profit. If you're new, you may not have seen my previous furniture flips, including this cane cabinet behind me. And I did those to just decorate my own house. So I decided that it might be fun to try to apply my new skills to earn some money. So I picked up these two small dressers, large nightstands off of Facebook Marketplace for $50. And the back of one of them was kind of caved in a little bit broken. First, I prepped the dressers by removing the hardware and sanding all of the surfaces that I wanted to paint.
I don't think that I'm being that selfish right now. You said yourself you'd be breaking every vow. I can understand you're tired of this town, and I'm not saying that we have to settle down now. Just remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but with...
After sanding, I cleaned them with some regular multi-purpose spray to get rid of the dust and any remaining grime.
Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must, to do what your dreams are telling you to do, and I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
Then I fixed the spot on the front with some quick wood. FYI, I used way too much here, and it was a total pain to sand down after it dried, so I would use the least amount possible if you're gonna use quick wood. Now I'm gonna use some wood filler to just fill in this gap right here.
Stardust, stardust. Yeah. I'm the lazy one, so I guess I should have known. You said you said.
Then I applied the first coat of paints. Here I'm using Drop Cloth by Dixie Belle. It's a chalk paint in this nice warm off-white color. I chose this color because I wanted something neutral, and I thought that it would look nice with the design of this actual furniture where it's a more traditional shape. I also kind of thought that farmhouse or like traditional styles might sell better in my area. So that's why I chose this color. I think it's a very nice, neutral, safe color, and it can go with a bunch of different styles. So I've actually decided to take the drawers out. I know I originally said that I wasn't gonna take the drawers out, but I've decided that I probably should, just because I think I'll be able to paint them a little bit better if they're not in the dresser. And here's some footage of me trying to take the drawers out. I'm not sure what type of hardware they used to secure these drawers in here, but it's really good. It's very secure, and I could not figure out how to take the drawers out of the actual dresser. I used a brush to apply the paint, and because chalk paint is so thick, I also used a spray bottle as I went along to thin it out and also to get rid of some brush strokes. So the water just helps thin everything out and kind of makes it go on smoother.
You wanna do this alone. What if your dreams are making it hard to think straight? If you still love me, I can wait, I can wait. And remember this: we could have been stardust, same world but without us. Something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust.
And after applying that first coat, I let it dry overnight. Alright, this is the first coat on there. I did have to thin it down quite a bit because I actually ran out of paint. So that's not great, but this one looks really nice. I really like how the color looks. As I said before, one of the backs was kind of caved in a little bit or just broken a little bit. So Joe helped me measure and cut, and he also helped me cut a hole in the wood using some drill bits. I'm pretty sure this is not the most efficient way to do it, but it's just what we had. Then we used liquid nails and some regular nails to secure the plywood to the back and to cover up that broken part.
For this fact, if you must to do what your dreams are telling you to do, and I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
I left it unpainted because the other dresser has an unpainted back as well. So I think they're just meant to go against the wall, and I didn't want to use the paint on the back. After that, I lightly sanded the first coat of paint. This is something that I've learned from watching other people. Sanding the first coat of paint just smooths out those brush strokes. For this look, I wanted a really smooth finish, so that's why I did it. And then I just wiped off the dust again, and I painted on the second coat.
I don't think you're supposed to go, or maybe I'm just too slow, but we should just lean together. We could have been stardust.
Alright guys, it's the last session of working on these matching dressers. I'm so excited to finally be finished with these. I did have a little bit of a learning curve on this just because these are my first flips that I'm doing for profit, so I wanted to make sure that they were really, you know, nice quality, something that I wouldn't mind having my name on, that I'm selling to someone. But now I'm just gonna put a top coat on. I am using Gator Hide by Dixie Belle. I know that Gator Hide is like their most durable or heavy duty top coat. It's just what I have right now, and also I don't mind using it on these because these dressers are kind of a smaller size where people could be using them as nightstands. I don't know about you, but I do use my nightstand on a daily basis, whether that's just to hold a glass of water or charge my phone. I'm constantly moving stuff on top of it, so I don't mind using Gator Hide on this. I am going to use the sponge that it comes with.
But without us, something made us find each other out there, made us realize we're more than just stardust. Ignore this fact if you must to do what your dreams are telling you to do, and I'll be out there looking for someone like you.
And now the last step is installing the hardware. I already had these vintage inspired knobs from one of my last flips. I didn't like these knobs on the dresser that I took them off of, but I thought they looked really nice against the cream and kind of went with that farmhouse vibe that I was going for. So I just bought extras to fill in the rest of the knob holes. After all of that work, this is what the dressers look like. I listed this matching dresser set for $400. They're solid wood in great condition, and I think that I did a decent amount of work on them. All of that being said, this is to justify such a big price. I feel very insecure about listing it for so much money, but then again, if it doesn't sell for $400, then I can always lower the price. But it would be much harder for me to raise the price. I've gotten any requests yet, but it is a weekday. So I'm hoping over the weekend maybe some people will be interested. I don't know, I'll keep you updated. I learned a lot on this flip. Mostly I learned ways that I can improve my process, and also small things that I just want to keep in mind for next time. I used a lot of chalk paint on this flip, and I don't think that's necessary because chalk paint is so thick, and honestly, I should get a decent coverage even with thinning out the chalk paint. So I think for next time, I definitely want to try a primer. Lastly, I learned a very important lesson about the top coat. So for some reason, I did not check the top coat for drips. I think I must have just done it quickly and then just kind of like walked out of the garage and forgot about it. But the top coat ended up having quite a few drips on it. And unfortunately, I had to like scrape off a bunch of big drips that were along one side of one of the dressers, and that left some like little divots, so then I had to go in with more paint and build up those little areas. And even when I decided that enough was enough, I was just gonna be done with it, there were some like little divots left in it. And it's not a huge deal, but it took up a lot of time, and you know, I just don't want to make that mistake again. Be sure to check out one of my other furniture flips, and maybe even, you know, this accent wall DIY while you're at it, if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.
So I'm just now realizing that I didn't film an update at all. But I sold these for $250 on Facebook Marketplace, and I sold them to a mom who's buying them for her daughter who's having twins. So that was really cool because they definitely are like the perfect infant dressers just because they are a smaller size. And I guess it was like right in the color and style they were looking for. So that was pretty cool to be able to sell someone like exactly what they were looking for. And for profit, I sold them for $250. I paid $50 for the set of them. And I used about $50 worth of supplies. The biggest expense was the hardware because I bought them in person, individually, at full price, just because I wanted to match the knobs that I already had. So that comes out to about $150 worth of profit. I did not track my time on this, but even if I spent 10 hours on it, that's $15 an hour, and that's better than minimum wage where I live. So yeah, that's the whole breakdown.